All right, let's pull back the curtain on the world around us. We're about to dive into something called the pseudo-event. These are the stories, the images, the moments that are crafted to look real, but are anything but.
We're all drowning in a constant stream of information, right? You've got headlines, photos, videos coming at you all day. But have you ever stopped to wonder how much of it is actually real?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that feeling you get when you're scrolling and you see a photo or a story that just seems a little too perfect, a little too convenient. That little alarm bell in your head that says, is there something more going on here? Okay, think about this one. You see a famous actor spotted by paparazzi, and they just happen to be drinking a very specific brand of energy drink or wearing a brand new designer jacket. It looks like a totally normal, candid moment. But is it? Is it really a coincidence, or is it basically a commercial pretending to be a real slice of life?
Or how about this? You turn on the news and see a protest. The signs are all professionally printed with the same font, the crowd is perfectly positioned for the cameras, and the message is crystal clear. Now, of course, many protests are real grassroots movements. But sometimes these events are designed to look like one, when in reality, they're funded and organized by a group with a very specific agenda.
So what's the thread connecting that celebrity photo and that picture-perfect protest? Well, they both belong to a really powerful concept, and it has a name. And there it is, the pseudo-event. It's not something that just happens. It's an event that is literally manufactured, from the ground up, for one reason and one reason only: to get attention from the media. Without the news coverage, it basically doesn't exist. And this isn't some new idea either. The historian Daniel J. Boorstin came up with this term all the way back in 1961. He put it perfectly. These are events whose only value comes from being covered. Take away the cameras and there's nothing left. This really breaks it down. On one side, you have a spontaneous event, like a hurricane or a building fire. It's not planned, and it's going to happen whether a news van shows up or not. But on the other side, you have the pseudo-event, like a press conference. It is 100% planned, it's rehearsed, and its entire purpose is to be broadcast to you. To really get a grip on just how powerful these staged events can be, we've got to look back at one of the most brilliant and honestly kind of devious examples in history. This is a story about a PR stunt that completely changed society. So picture this. It's the 1920s, and it was a huge social no-no for women to smoke in public. A big tobacco company saw this as a problem. They were missing out on half their potential customers. So they hired a PR genius named Edward Bernays. And what did he do? During the huge Easter parade in New York City, he paid a group of stylish, influential women to dramatically light up cigarettes, which he had already branded to the press as torches of freedom. The photographers went nuts, the story was everywhere, and just like that, smoking was reframed as a symbol of women's liberation. A social taboo was shattered, not by chance, but by a totally manufactured moment. Okay, so now that we know what these things are, how do you actually spot them out in the real world, in your own feeds? Well, it turns out they all share a few key ingredients. It's kind of like a recipe. Here is your checklist. Number 1, it's staged. It was planned out, sometimes down to the second. 2, it's made for the media. Success is literally measured in column inches or airtime. If the news doesn't cover it, it was a failure. 3, it's hard to tell if it's real. It's meant to blur that line between something authentic and a total performance. 4, it's self-fulfilling. The simple fact that it's being reported on makes it seem important, whether it actually is or not. And finally, number 5, and this is the big one, there is always a hidden agenda. Someone, somewhere, stands to gain by shaping how you see things. And once you have this checklist in your head, you'll start seeing them absolutely everywhere. Press conferences, political rallies, a politician's carefully managed photo op, even things like red carpet arrivals and those big, flashy Apple product launches. They're all performances, all designed to create a very specific story for the media to tell. So you might be thinking, what's the big deal? It's just a little marketing, a little PR, what's the harm? Well, understanding why these events are created is maybe the most crucial part of all of this. Because here's the bottom line. The goal of a pseudo-event is never, ever just to inform you of facts. The goal is to influence you. It's about shaping what you think about a product, a politician, or an entire idea, often without you even noticing you're being persuaded. So, the next time you're scrolling and you see a viral moment that seems a little too perfect, or a news story that's framed just so, just take a second. Ask yourself, is this real or is this a performance? Who benefits from me believing this?
Who staged this story? And look, asking those questions doesn't make you cynical. It makes you a smarter, more aware person in a world that's trying very hard to show you what it wants you to see.